Now this picture, this video I'm going to show you, my first video, kind of dramatic. You don't see any blood or anything like that, but this is somebody who took a risk. And this is, again, the risk factor when we start increasing our factors of having a collision. So in this case, you see an icy roadway, and this is a kind of collision, or I should say collision factor, I guess, out Alpine, Julian, where we get some snow. For us here in San Diego, we don't get that much snow. Occasionally we do get that heavy hail, but on the ground, our oil buildup is tremendous here. And I've added some sound effects behind me, sorry. But we've got on our roadways a dramatic oil buildup during dry weather. You know, when you walk through a parking lot and you see little puddles of oil where a car had been parked, all that oil is constantly dripping all over our roadways. And even just the fumes of diesel fuel and such settle into the grooves of the asphalt. So the asphalt itself, here's all this gunk getting into the grooves, and when it rains, it pushes that stuff to the surface. So you're literally riding on water and oil and all kinds of stuff. So when you hit the brakes and you find yourself sliding down the roadway and you're thinking, what, I'm not stopping, and you're sliding into their vehicles, so that's why we have, again, a higher collision rate during rain. It's because you're riding on water and oil. So that's why we need to slow down. So when you're going to work, give yourself, look at the weather report. Oh, it's going to rain tomorrow. Well, I better leave a half hour, even maybe an hour earlier. And just so you can factor in the slow traffic and that you're going to drive slower and take it easy. Don't just leave at the same time and say, oh, gosh, I'm running late, and then you're rushing to work. And that's the other thing. Let's say you do leave on time, but yet you run into traffic slowdowns. Take your time. Don't race through the roadways. You get there late, everybody else is probably going to show up late. And, again, it's better to be there late than not arrive at all because you've been involved in a collision. So let me show you what happened to this person here. If you can see my cursor here, this vehicle here was driving nice and safe in the right-hand lane. This vehicle here is in the left lane. And just ahead of this vehicle here, there's a truck. So as you see the vehicle start to proceed here when I hit the go button here, you're going to see that this person on the right decides, I want to drive faster. This truck in front of me is slowing me down. I want to drive faster. And then everything changes because immediately he loses control of his vehicle. And you're going to see a collision, so I'll forewarn you. So here we go. So you see the person changing to the left. Courtesy driving, somebody's behind you. Get out of their way. Just change lane safely. You don't have to rush out of their way, but just, turn on lights. You see the blinkers, person's getting out of the way. This person just starts to speed up and loses control, bounces off that truck into oncoming lanes into the path of a semi. Yeah, it's pretty dramatic, but that is a fatal collision. When you're hit by a semi, there's usually nothing left. And this person was 34 years of age, a young man, and sadly, because he changed the risk factor, he decided to drive a little faster. Immediately it changed. He lost control of his vehicle. So again, that's why you've got to take it nice and slow. If you're behind a truck, maybe it was meant to be. I always feel, because my faith, I'm where the Lord wants me to be because he's keeping me safe. So again, stay nice and slow, especially for an icy roadway, but this is the same for rainy day weather, why we have so many collisions, because people think they can drive the same speed, start hydroplaning. And when you hydroplane, you're literally riding on water and oil. Your car is floating. So again, that's why you got to keep those speeds down and make sure you're buckled up.